Okay, I'm live. Whoop, whoop. We're having a little coffee break. Okay. Hi, whoop, whoop. Welcome to the JusGalettesRUs and the Batgirljamie Show. I'm live on JusGalettesRUs, and I'm live on Batgirljamie. I'm live on both, just so I can have a dual stream with you guys. If you're not subscribed, could you subscribe wherever you're watching from? Whichever one I get. Hi, let me turn the brightness up. For some reason, my brightness gets turned down automatically, and then I can't see your chats. Hi. Hello, my Juggalo family. Whoop, whoop. This is coffee time. I'm trying to get caffeine in my system because I think I got a headache from caffeine. Hello, 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 hello. I've got to have the... I'm from Michigan in the US of A. How are you guys? This one seems to have a dirty camera. I always get a dirty camera on that chat. So we're going to just put this back up to here, kind of like so. Try to get it as good as I can. I'm trying to... That's nice that you're from Iran. I'm from America. We're having a glass of espresso blend Death Wish coffee. If you're in my live, could you hit that subscribe button and hit that like button so I know you're here? Could you say hi so I know who's here? Whoop, whoop. And if you have who you subscribe to, not private, in public, you have it public, I can see you and I'll subscribe back when you subscribe. Trump. You want to know my thoughts on Trump? He's the most worst president we've ever had, and I'm not going to get into it. There's so many reasons I could give you why he's a horrible president, and why before he was president, I knew he was going to be a horrible president because he's a horrible businessman. He does shady dealings to get money, to let people do what he wants. And he's done shady dealings when he was not having enough money to finish a business, or he thought he was just bored of the business and didn't want to do it no more because it wasn't making him the kind of money he thought. He would just file for bankruptcy. You know, if he had enough money to pay them, he could have just paid them and counted that as a loss. If you're filing for bankruptcy more than 5 times, you should not be the president of this country. If you've had that many bankruptcies, you shouldn't be president, because that's why our country's going to hell. He's spending money like it's his, and it's not. I'm feeling great. When you got a guy who will do anything to get power and money for himself and don't care about other people, he's going to waste the government resources on ICE that doesn't need to happen, doing things with ICE. I'm kind of thinking about voting for that one chick for senator for mayor of Michigan, because she's wanting to fight against ICE going into schools, which I totally 100% agree that ICE should not be in any schools, period, or anywhere near a school. And we should protect children who are LGBTQ and trans. They're not wanting them to get the sex changes. They're wanting to give them their medical care to find out if they really are trans, and give them the therapy they need and the medication they may need. Because if you really are trans and you're 100% know you're for sure are trans, and you go through puberty as the wrong sex that you know in your mind you're not, even though your body physically is, that's traumatizing because you become something like when you want to be a female, when you're trans from male to female and you want to be a female, it really fucks up your body and you can't come back from that once you get so. And if you're a female and you go through that male hormones and do it too early, it will fuck up your hormones to where you have hair growing in places it shouldn't, that a man would get, and you have things that man will get. It keeps you getting the therapy and stuff you need in the trans care and the hormones that block you from going through puberty as the wrong sex, so that you can get that, so you don't go through that puberty. That's the only part they want, is to delay puberty so you can figure out in your mind through therapy whether it's right for you or not. You should never ever be forced to go through puberty as a trans person if you know for 100% sure early enough that you're not going to be, that you shouldn't have been born a man. Like if you're a man and you should have been born a woman, like your mind was developed as a man, I don't think that there's something mentally wrong with them. I think their mind was developed as a woman, but their body got the wrong signal to who they are. And I don't think there's anything wrong with those people. We should protect those people and stop being mean to them and help them figure out what's wrong with themselves, and stop telling them that they're not and they're wrong and they're an abomination, because God wouldn't tell somebody they're an abomination. They're human. Jesus never said there was never any talk in the Bible about you're an abomination if you're think you're the wrong sex. Because maybe that wasn't a question and they didn't figure that out until hundreds of years later. And they just accepted whatever sex they were born as because that's what was pushed on them. And they had no other choice to be. It's like the person, my sister said there's somebody at her church who thinks they want to be a woman. Is a man who thinks they want to be a woman, and they're trying to push that out of their body because they think it's a sin, because it's pushed in their brain from going to church that it's a sin and you're going to go to hell. And I don't necessarily think you're going to go to hell. It's not. You can't. We need to protect these people so they can figure it out for themselves. No one should tell them whether they are or aren't. And if you are, and it makes you happy, I'm happy. I just want everyone to be happy. But when people are being so mean to people that are different, this is because of things like that, and people making laws and telling them that they're an abomination. Whoop, whoop. Telling them they're an abomination. That's why in the trans community, that's the highest suicide rate. Hi, whoop whoop to the Juggalo family. Whoop whoop to everyone watching on my Batgirljamie channel. And whoop whoop to everybody watching from the JushuaDangerExp. If you're not subscribed, could you please subscribe? And if you're chatting in my chat, I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you being here. If you're a returning viewer, I appreciate you even more. Big hugs. Much clown love to the Juggalo family watching on the JushuaDangerExp, and much love to everybody who ever watched my channels. I decided to do a live so that I could build my JushuaDangerExp channel and build my Batgirljamie channel and get some stuff for my Batgirljamie channel, because I won't be doing a lot of lives in the morning until I go back to work. And I'm glad you guys like my shirt. I'm sorry I didn't change my shirt today. I didn't want to waste dirty clothes because I still got a lot of clothes to wash and I need to get at that. If you guys could share this broadcast, I would be forever grateful. I really have a bad headache from not drinking coffee, so I'm drinking one. Whoop, whoop! I will tell, what's her face, Mandy, that I've got people turned on to the Juggalo juice. And she's thinking about adding more Faygo flavors. And as soon as I can afford them, I will buy. I could tell somebody to buy them for me for my birthday. You know what would be awesome of flavors that I would like her to add would be the Super Pop. I think it's called Super Pop. There's Bubble Pop. Oh, cotton candy. What's that one? Candy apple. And 3. I'm trying to think of 3 flavors that would be great. And the watermelon pineapple. Those are my 3 flavors that I would love to see. I used to drink them all the time, but I'm not allowed to have sugar like that. There is way too much sugar for that. Way too much sugar. I love you guys. Dope. Watermelon pineapple is dope. Oh, I'm going to go get my soda. So I've been watching Growing Up Hip Hop a little bit. This is watermelon, poppy. This is what I'm doing today. Wherever I went didn't have Faygo, so I got some watermelon poppy. I got it. I've had it in my fridge for a while. I've been having a Faygo cream soda addiction. But I get... That was so effing rude for them not to talk to me. Came back being live. What is wrong with my camera now? Sorry guys, I'm having a little bit of trouble with my camera.